Shivraj Singh Chauhan approved 5,000 houses for IDPs in Manipur. Second centenary observation of Treaty of Yandabu 1826 held. Milal sets March deadline for inclusion of Meitei script in vehicle registration number plates. Four protected ibex seized in Manipur, 2 held in cross-border wildlife smuggling bush. Manipur former CM N. Biren Singh condemns racial abuse over natural women in Delhi terms as assault on collective dignity. Sikkim on high alert as bird flu cases surface that issues strict advisory. Youth Congress Chief Uday Banu Chief arrested over protests at India AI Impact Summit. India releases first anti-terror policy Prahar. Hello and welcome to ELITETV English News. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime Time Bulletin, and this is Aleza giving you the news in detail. Union Agriculture and Rural Development Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has approved the construction of 5,000 new houses for the rehabilitation of the internally displaced persons in Manipur under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. Chauhan has approved the new houses for IDPs affected by the law and order crisis for the financial year 2025-26 after meeting with Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh last evening at his residence here in New Delhi. The state's two deputy chief ministers named Chakib Gen and Loshi Diko accompanied Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand while meeting with the Union Rural Development Minister. Earlier this month, the state government submitted a proposal for a special project under PMAYG for the construction of 5,000 houses for IDPs affected by the ethnic violence. The Union Rural Development Ministry also approved a special window of Awas Plus 2004 household survey for capturing the details of the eligible affected households. The state government has also been allowed to continue the process of registration of the eligible affected beneficiaries under the special project of PMAYG. Aramai Party AAP Manipur today, the 24th February, observed the second centenary observation of historical Treaty of Yandabu signed on this day of 1826. The observation, which was held at the Manipur Press Club, was attended by Manipur University retired Professor W. Nabakumar, independent researcher Dr. Puyam Rakesh, AAP Manipur State Coordinator Biswanath Tingnam, and other dignitaries. Newly enrolled member Asaibam Bele, social worker of Andhra Assembly constituency, was also warmly received during the event. Speaking on the occasion, AAP Manipur State Coordinator Biswanath Tingnam stated that people of today's generation need to remember and recollect the past contributions and sacrifices made by our forefathers for the unity and sovereignty of Manipur. He stressed that observation aims to foster the ideologies and principles in today's tumultuous period, highlighting the events that followed the 7 years devastation, culminating in the signing of the Treaty of Yandabu on 24th February 1826 between the then rulers of Manipur and Burma. Meanwhile, speaking on the occasion, Andhra Assembly constituency social worker Asaibam Bele stated that he joined the Aramai Party in appreciation of the ideologies and principles of the party, and with the hope to serve the people of Manipur through cumulative efforts of the party members.
Manipur gi context sida haugiba May gi tang 2023 tangdu laita daba mioi lising hunfu henba tongan ba Manipur gi relief camp ta awa masha khangdana milu gi pirang kangdana tongan ba Meitei kaya dagi singnarakpa maruoina ngasi gi numit asimak matamdugi khogi awa Burmese harga su khangnaba awagi adugumlaba makuttagi ning tamba phangibagum ngasi Manipur Iraipak Kanglaipak iramdam masisu tongan ba kai kaya dagi singnarakpa Manipur gi integrity da apunbagi sakdam da tungi mirol gi punsi kaya ama mangan nanaba honarakpa asigumlaba mayam asidagi apunbagi pangalama numit nasi nahongna ningsing duna punna sagatmin nabaga loina na akoi iramdam Manipur Kanglaipak sigidamak punna lemin nasi hai
akoi ikoi na thagat kiba kendra humpudagi lakpa leader singduna ngasi bawda koi public toilet ki policy bok semba ngamdaba singsina leibak sing nga aga leibunina atopa chawkhatbagi wakhal dudi lakna bu thamgise haibunina kainodi moigi wakhanda chawkhatba haisi kari no haibse kain khangdre ngasi bo Praja miyana pami ba chawkhatbasi na kari no haibse khangdre adunadi akoina anoba wakhalo namaga koi chatminna naba kidamakta.
On the occasion of the bicentenary of the signing of the Treaty of Yandabu on 24 February 1826, the Meitei Alliance remembers and pays tribute to all those who dedicated their lives to defending Manipur and to those who continue to uphold its dignity and security today. A release issued by Meitei Alliance expressed that the treaty compelled the King of Ava, Burma or Myanmar to recognize Tinglen Nongren Khomba Gambhir Singh as the rightful king of Manipur, thereby formally bringing to an end the 7 years of Burmese occupation and devastation, 1819 to 1826. Meitei Alliance reiterated that it is essential to critically assess the present situation of Manipur, including the factors contributing to dependency, underdevelopment, inequality, unrest, and terrorism. Over the past 200 years since 1826, Manipur's historical trajectory reflects a persistent lack of both the objective and subjective conditions necessary to secure a respected place in the Committee of Nations or States. The historical failures that led to Manipur's defeat in 1819 have, in many ways, been perpetuated, and the presence of strategic leadership capable of overcoming these challenges has been largely absent. The group has urged the people of Manipur to learn from both the past and the present and to take responsibility for fostering strategic leadership, an essential foundation for building a prosperous and progressive Manipur. Meitei Irol Iyek Loina Silol Apun Balup Miral Kanglaipak has urged all concerned to complete inclusion of Meitei Mayek script in their respective vehicle number plates by the end of month of March. The advisory was made by Miral member Sadokpam Tomba Mangang today, the 24th February, during visit to the parking areas of public passenger vehicles. On arriving a consensus with regard to the deadline for inclusion of Meitei Mayek scripts. Speaking to media persons, Sadokpam Tomba Mangang further stated that members of passenger vehicles associations assured to complete the process by the end of March, and he cautioned all other private vehicles to include Meitei Mayek script in the respective vehicle registration number plates before the announced deadline. He stressed that we all need to extend cumulative cooperation and support in promotion of our indigenous Meitei Mayek script. He further highlighted that members of Milal have met with Directorate of Language and Implementation Director Radhakanta in connection with the proposed upcoming move.
matamsibi manung da susoi soi da thabi gadam ni kari masi ki manung sida yare sida thabir ta batar ga di madu ki risk tudi gari gi mapu owner jina masam sang risk loja gadam ni habi milal gi mage de haijen ngi ba aduga gari khudi ba koina hairam dre natraga da akoi da pau piram dre hai bagi akoi di tharoi hai bagi dai ta dumadi akoi na loja roi madu masam sana masi leiba ki ni eba ki lon me chokhan na ba changsalak pada isa isa gi togum thopuni hai baduni milal na samjari
akoi na ngasi ji ayu pung mapal adai gi tarakpa adai da akoi gi ojara da kanta akoi gi language department gi director ni pubidi se siga akoi phaminare aduga muk lakadoi ba akoi gi mas ki tang ta mari ji da amuk language department director ga phaminaraga adugi matik lol si samkhana ba akoi khongjang asi sathajarapani aduna yari makai athumba matam da ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯔꯀꯤꯡꯗ ꯆꯦꯟꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯒꯥꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯅꯔꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯍꯛꯆꯥꯡ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯗ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯚꯔꯁꯤꯡꯅꯁꯨ ꯊꯋꯥꯏ ꯍꯛꯆꯥꯡ ꯌꯥꯎꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ 10ꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯌꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯤꯇꯩ ꯋꯤꯛꯁꯦ ꯊꯨꯅ ꯊꯥꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯊꯝꯖꯔꯤ.
Former Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh on Tuesday, February 24, expressed deep shock over the alleged racial abuse of 3 women from Arunachal Pradesh in South Delhi's Malviya Nagar, calling the incident an assault on our collective dignity, while demanding swift action against those responsible. Taking to social media platform X, former Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said he was deeply disturbed by reports that the women were subjected to racial slurs and derogatory remarks in Malviya Nagar. The incident has once again brought to the fore concerns over the safety and dignity of people from the Northeast living in the national capital. He asserted that racism against any Northeasterner amounted to an attack on the nation's collective identity and values. The reported incident in South Delhi has sparked outrage on social media, with several users demanding strict legal action and stronger safeguards for citizens from the Northeast residing in metropolitan cities. Security forces in Manipur's Enhancement intercepted a vehicle carrying 24 smuggled ibex and exotic species of wild mountain goats allegedly being transported illegally from Myanmar into Manipur. 2 persons have been arrested in connection with the case, acting on specific intelligence inputs. Security personnel stopped a 4-wheeler DI vehicle registration number MN02B8290 on February 22 while it was en route towards Palel. Upon inspection, officers discovered 2 live ibex concealed inside the vehicle. The animals are protected under the Wildlife Protection Act and their illegal transportation constitutes a serious offense. The driver of the vehicle, identified as MD Kalim, 35, of Mayai Laikai in Kakching district, and the occupant, MD Savir Khan, 19, of Fundray in Thoubal district, were immediately taken into custody. Officials said the duo failed to produce any valid documentation for transporting the protected species. Security forces intensified their crackdown on insurgent networks in Manipur over the weekend, arresting an active cadre of a proscribed militant outfit and recovering a cache of sophisticated firearms, ammunition, and communication equipment in coordinated operations across 3 districts. The operations carried out on February 22 and 23 led to the arrest of an active member of the proscribed outfit, Kangleipak Communist Party, military faction KCP MFL, and the seizure of assault rifles, carbines, pistols, locally made weapons, and wireless sets from Imphal East, Thoubal, and Chandel districts. On February 23, security forces arrested Khaidem Joychandra Meitei, alias Inaucha, 55, an active cadre of KCP MFL from Lamlai Mamanglekai Samu Lambel under Lamlai Police Station in Imphal East District. Manipur Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh on Monday, February 23, called on Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman at her office in New Delhi. This was the first meeting between the 2 leaders after Khemchand assumed office as Chief Minister on February 4. During the meeting, Sitharaman assured full support from the centre to help revive the financial health and economy of the state. She also assured assistance for the rehabilitation of internally displaced persons. CM Khemchand urged the Union Finance Minister to enhance financial assistance to Manipur to help achieve the goal of inclusive growth. The Research Ethics Board Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS Imphal organized an orientation and sensitization program on ethical research practices yesterday, the 23rd February, at the Susuta Hall, RIMS Imphal. The program was attended by Professor S. Dibon Kumar Singh, Dean School of Human and Environmental Sciences, Manipur University, Professor N. Sanjeev Singh, Medical Superintendent of RIMS Hospital, Professor A.K. Joy Singh, Dean School of Medical Sciences, Manipur University, Dr. Santibala Konjengbam, Professor and Head Department of Community Medicine, RIMS, and Professor L. Rajesh Singh, Dean Academics. A key highlight of the program was the conduct of mock ethical review sessions offering practical exposure to the review process and documentation requirements. The initiative reaffirmed RIM's enforced commitment to ethical integrity and academic excellence, with participants expressing confidence in strengthening research practices within the institution.
I'm really happy that the department has, the board has again brought out an SOP. This will make things much lighter. If you go through the RIM's website, we have how to, there's the REB pages there, where you will get a few of these pages. I think it is, so when everything comes up there, then the people will have much more idea of what are the standard or operating procedures. I would like to thank
the Northeast Welfare Society organized its 10th annual Inter-College Cultural Rainbow Festival on 23rd February, bringing together students from various backgrounds to showcase their cultural heritage through music, dance, art, and literature. Dr. Chongthom Puraihanba Singh, Assistant Director of Physics, AV and Cyber Forensic Division, Forensic Science Laboratory, Home Department, GNCT, Delhi, attended the event as the chief guest. Professor Gyantos Kumar Jha, Principal of Atma Ram Sanatan Dharma College, and Professor Benita Tulli, Vice Principal of ARSD College, also attended the event. Nodal Officer of the Society, Dr. Naurem Premjit Singh, delivered the welcome address and briefly outlined the Society's journey so far. The Vice Principal, Professor Benita Tulli, mentioned that such events aim to foster understanding and appreciation of the Northeast community, among others. Throughout the festival, competitors from over 9 colleges mesmerized the audience with their captivating performances. Traditional dances and songs showcase the rich cultural heritage of the region. Students enthusiastically participate in various cultural competitions, demonstrating their skills and creativity. Beyond entertainment, the cultural festival also placed a strong emphasis on community engagement and outreach. Now let's take a short break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Imado, iboki manakta thinkibadagi shaulang duna tale.
Ngo, mahak tu TV narabani.
TV di yumda lega layang asya. Kari gi mapamda thido.
Nama adu mafam sida leirabadi. Mayam na kari haina ngangna.
Mina ngangna badu nate.
Ah, mashi. Arjun. Haugalakpada surprise piece.
Arjun, Mama gi thoiba.
Yamna miss tori bani nangbu. Aduga aishu TV remote ki maramda amata khangba. Amato ina pazin baduni TV na kiriba. Aduga kari khena bathamniba. TV layang bata akhona makhoi mateng pangpikadabani.
Manipur ke hanba neuro patients ke amatangairaba specialized hospital, neuro emergency trauma net multi speciality hospital singjai mathak tongtham likai da handuk chare. Hospital asna maruina BP stroke, brain tumor, lambi ki khudong thiba, spinal disc prolapse, spinal tumor amadi migraine chingba layengli. Hospital asida neuro ki layeng bada changba afaba makhal ki khusu khulai amadi machine marang kaida lei. Masina kokka mari lenaba tongan ba makhal ki anaba sing ningthina layengli. Lamdam masida neurosurgeon yamna tangaliba maramna chingamadi arapa phumdagi lakpa anaba sing neurosurgeon unanaba honabada awaba kya mayongdari. Masida sunatna matam tintana anaba layenguna maram oraga khudong thiba kya sumayongdari. Masi punamakdagi kharadu orabusu kananaba Dr. Parkinson Singh MCS Neurosurgery AIMS New Delhi na masamaki hospital asida pung kunmari leiduna anaba sing layengli. Hospital asida ataba mamalda layeng batanatana OPD general amadi ICU beds operation medicine x-ray amadi lab ka mai lena basinasu ataba mamalda phangalli. Ngasi maglension biro amadi kudong saba singa silobi ho. Hena ko bamrol gidamak hospital asigi telephone number 700553416 natraga 8974572154 da pau phabirak buyagani.
Ayang na taibang khongda jarakhibase kumjali singamaga samapal humphudra 1970 mas ke kunipar lamtagina kunmathoi nipanba thang janamit ke ayuk pung mapanda ayang taibang phaurakki Lol Lejaba, Pizza Lejaba, Lining Lejaba, Meitei Purupse, Angta de Ninka Tamna, Lining Mika Pondabaso, Oirasi.
Welcome back. Now moving on to the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today met a 3-member delegation of the Manipur government led by its Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand Singh at the PM's office in Sewatit here in New Delhi. Besides Khemchand, the Manipuri delegation, which called on Prime Minister Modi, included the state's 2 deputy chief ministers, named Chakib Gen of the BJP and Loy Sidiko of the Naga People's Front (NPF). This is the first time Khemchand met the Prime Minister after he took over as the state's chief minister on February 4 last. The chief minister briefed PM Modi on the steps taken up by the new state government to bring peace and harmony in the state. He also urged the Prime Minister to take special care on women empowerment in both hills and valley. The Manipur Chief Minister and his 2 deputy chief ministers have invited the Prime Minister to visit the state. On the eve of the 47th anniversary of the Band Outfit Revolutionary People's Front (RPF) observed as Independence Demand Day, to be observed tomorrow, the 25th February, RPF President M. Ngauba paid tribute to those who had lost their lives in what he described as the struggle for the freedom of Manipur and its people. In a message issued today, M. Ngauba stated that although the Constitution of India contains the principles of secularism and socialism, the Indian state had allegedly failed to practice them sincerely. He claimed that policies pursued in the name of caste hierarchy, liberalization, privatization, and globalization had disadvantaged peasants and workers, and for the elites that religion had been used as a political instrument. The RPF president also commented on India's foreign policy, stating that internal challenges had affected its regional and global standing. Referring to groupings such as SAARC, I2, U2, and the Quad, he claimed that India was attempting to reposition itself through alternative multilateral and minilateral frameworks. He further alleged that India's approach towards neighboring South Asian countries was increasingly being viewed as a dual policy of partnership and domination. Concluding his message, M. Ngauba conveyed greetings to CORCOM and elite organizations as well as to individuals supporting their stated cause. Neso Grand Kurai Thangjom Laikai became the historic venue of the first men and women's state-level Aramai tournament organized by the All Manipur Aramai Association on the 4th February 2026, marking the first event of its kind in the world. AMAA was established in 2005 under the leadership of Angom Ibo Singh IAS, retired as founding president, myself, Lashram Sarat Hanjabam, Lenin, Mashnam, Kalen Hanjabam, Debo, and other dedicated members as founding office bearers. For nearly 2 decades, the association has promoted the Aramai tradition through exhibition matches at the Shanghai festivals, G20 summit events, international polo tournaments, and Vijay Divas at Fort William, Kolkata, etc. This landmark tournament will remain a proud chapter in Manipur's cultural history. Akasha Air has become the first airline to commence operations from the newly constructed terminal at Lokapriya Gopinath Bordoloi International Airport in Guwahati. According to an official release, the airline's inaugural flight from the new terminal operated on February 22, 2026. The flight departed from Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport at 13:40 hours and landed in Guwahati at 16:45 hours. The return flight departed Guwahati at 17:20 hours and arrived in Mumbai at 21:10 hours. The new terminal, developed by Guwahati International Airport Limited and operated by Adani Airport Holdings Limited, represents a significant milestone for Akasha Air's expansion in the Northeast. An alert has been sounded in Sikkim after cases of avian influenza triggered an urgent government advisory, with authorities calling for strict surveillance, immediate reporting of bird deaths, and full public cooperation to prevent the virus from spreading further. The government of Sikkim has circulated detailed instructions to all district administrations, directing them to intensify monitoring, spread public awareness, and enforce preventive protocols across affected and vulnerable areas. The advisory comes amid reports of bird flu cases in multiple districts, prompting health and veterinary departments to move into high alert mode. Officials clarified that avian influenza, commonly known as bird flu, is a viral disease that primarily affects birds, especially poultry. In rare instances, it can infect humans through close contact with infected birds, their droppings, or contaminated surfaces. Indian Youth Congress National President Uday Vanuchi was arrested by Delhi police today, February 24, in connection with the protest days at Bharat Mandapam during the India AI Impact Summit 2026. According to Delhi police, he was detained in relation to demonstrations organized by the Indian Youth Congress at a high-profile global summit venue in the national capital. The protest reportedly took place days earlier on Friday, when Youth Congress members raised slogans against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, alleging that he had compromised the nation's identity, as stated in a party release. The summit held at Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi has been a marquee international event focused on artificial intelligence, governance, and innovation. The demonstration by Youth Congress workers during the proceedings drew the attention of security agencies given the high-level participation at the event. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) on February 23 released the country's first ever anti-terror policy, emphasizing that other than terror sponsored from across the border, criminal hackers and nation-states continue to target India through cyber attacks. The policy, titled Prahar, has been uploaded on the MHA website. It states that India faces terrorist threats on all three fronts, water, land, and air, and that capacities have been developed to protect critical sectors of the economy, including power, railways, aviation, ports, defense, space, and atomic energy, from both state and non-state actors. The policy bluntly identifies state-sponsored terrorism from across India's borders as a continuing and primary challenge, alongside global jihadist organizations such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS, which are attempting to radicalize Indian youth through sleeper cells and online propaganda. At the core of Prahar is an intelligence-guided prevention model, placing the multi-agency center and the Joint Task Force on Intelligence within the Intelligence Bureau as the central nodes for real-time sharing of counter-terror inputs between central agencies and state police forces. Fresh U.S. tariffs on imported goods came into effect today, 4th February, as President Donald Trump moved to rebuild his trade agenda after the Supreme Court ruled against a swath of his global duties. The new tariffs, initially set at 10%, are justified as a means to deal with the large and serious United States balance of payments deficits, according to a White House release on Friday, February 20. U.S. President Donald Trump's temporary 15% tariffs, announced to replace those struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court, may also land in legal troubles. The U.S. President changed tactics after the American Supreme Court threw out his administration's use of a novel emergency tool, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, to implement his tariff policy. Economists and lawyers are questioning the legality of new duties under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, a never-used statute that even Trump's own legal team dismissed as irrelevant months ago. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 9402890982, and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram, and X for more information about the channel. And before we wind up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Shivraj Singh Chauhan approved 5,000 houses for IDPs in Manipur. Second centenary observation of Treaty of Yandabu 1826 held. Milal sets March deadline for inclusion of Meitei script in vehicle registration number plates. "24 protected ibex seized in Manipur to held in cross-border wildlife smuggling bush." Manipur former CM Biren Singh condemns racial abuse of Arunachal women in Delhi terms as assault on collective dignity. Sikkim on high alert as bird flu cases surface, state issues strict advisory. Youth Congress Chief Uday Vanu chief arrested over protest at India AI Impact Summit. India releases force anti-terror policy Prahar. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.